Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am so thrilled you're joining us today because we're tackling a topic that is incredibly practical, highly useful, and frankly, something we literally all have to deal with, our utility bills. Specifically, we're taking a close look at the modernized digital payment systems for Penelec, which is a FirstEnergy company.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines, dealing with lost mail, or maybe missing payments for your Penelec bill? Well, get ready to discover the effortless way to pay online and never miss a due date again. Your time is super precious, and managing your energy costs really shouldn't be a monthly headache. So today, we're going to completely demystify Penelec's online payment system for you.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Getting started with Penelec, 2. Choosing a payment method, 3. Automating your monthly bills, 4. The online payment process, and 5. Troubleshooting and security.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Getting Started with Penelec.
Okay, so let's dive right in. FirstEnergy recently totally overhauled Penelec's digital payment infrastructure. They transitioned all their billing operations over to a platform called ACI SpeedPay. Basically, this is a third-party electronic bill presentment and payment engine. And you might be wondering, why does this actually matter to you? Well, FirstEnergy made this switch to give customers a significantly better experience. It's designed for faster processing, rock-solid transaction security, and it gives you a much wider variety of modern payment options than you used to have.
Right at the front door of the Penelec website, you have a choice between two different pathways to pay online. You can use the authenticated My Account portal or the unauthenticated Guest Pay option. Setting up My Account requires you to register with an email and create a strong password. We highly recommend this route because it basically acts as your personal dashboard. It shows your current balance, your past payment history, and even some really detailed energy usage reports. On the flip side, Guest Pay is a lot like an express lane. It doesn't require a login, which is awesome if you're in a rush. But just for your own security, it does hide your actual balance and account status. You literally just type in what you want to pay and move on.
Now, if you do decide to use that Guest Pay Express lane, or honestly, if you're just setting up your My Account for the very first time, you're absolutely going to need your Penelec account number. You can easily find this 12-digit number located right on the top right-hand side of your physical paper bill, sitting just next to the amount due. When you go to enter this into the online system, just make sure you type it out as one long string of numbers. No spaces, no dashes, just those 12 digits.
Moving right along to Section 2, Choosing a Payment Method.
So once you're logged in or securely hanging out on the guest page, your next step is figuring out exactly how you want to fund the transaction. Whenever you make a manual one-time payment, the new ACI SpeedPay system does charge a small service fee to cover their network costs. If you pay with a credit or debit card, the fee is a flat $1.95. If you prefer to use a direct bank draft, which you might know as an ACH transfer from your checking or savings account, it's slightly cheaper at $1.50. And if you use a digital wallet, well, that falls right back under the $1.95 category. It's definitely crucial to factor these small amounts in when you're budgeting out your monthly utilities.
But here is where the ACI SpeedPay system really shines for modern consumers. You're no longer restricted to just painstakingly typing in a routing number or grabbing your Visa card. FirstEnergy has actually integrated popular digital wallets right into the portal. You can now clear your electric bill using Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pay, or Google Pay. This just brings an incredible level of convenience, especially if you're like most of us and manage your bills straight from a smartphone. They've also added compatibility with third-party installment apps like Deferit.
And speaking of Deferit, this is actually a very interesting option if you ever find yourself facing some immediate financial pressure. While it's completely unaffiliated with Penelec, services like Deferit basically let you upload your utility bill and then they'll pay it in full on your behalf right then and there. You then pay Deferit back in 4 bi-weekly installments. It's a really smart way to ease your cash flow. But just keep in mind, it does require a monthly membership with them plus a 99-cent processing fee per bill. It's a handy tool to have in your financial toolkit for sure, but always weigh those extra fees against the benefits.
Now, looking at those $195 and $150 charges from earlier, I know exactly what you were thinking. How can I just pay for the electricity I actually used without paying any extra fees? It's a fantastic question, and FirstEnergy actually provides a perfectly built-in solution for this exact problem.
Which brings us to Section 3. Automating your monthly bills.
Setting up autopay is the official way to completely bypass those third-party convenience fees and make absolutely sure you never get hit with a late penalty again. And setting this up is a total breeze. To get started with the standard method, just log into your authenticated My Account portal. From your main dashboard, navigate over to the Pay My Bills section and select Autopay Bank Account, which is also known as direct debit. By linking your checking or savings account right here, Penelec will automatically withdraw the exact amount due on your statement's due date.
This option is totally fee-free, it's available to both residential and commercial customers, and it doesn't require any other special enrollments. It is literally set it and forget it at its absolute finest.
However, if you're someone who wants to automate your payments using a credit card, maybe to earn some points or cash back, there is a slightly different process you need to know about. So here's the crucial detail. For auto pay via a credit card, you absolutely must first enroll in Penelec's e-bill program. Basically, that means you're agreeing to go entirely paperless and receive your monthly statements via email. Once e-bill is active, then you can access your auto pay settings and select that credit card option. Just note that these automatic credit card charges are processed slightly differently, usually no sooner than 3 days after your billing date.
Let's move on to Section 4, the online payment process.
Of course, automation isn't for everyone. Some of us prefer to manually review those charges each month before officially handing over our money. So, for those who prefer the manual route, let's take a super clear step-by-step look at how an online transaction actually flows. Whether you're using My Account or GuestPay, the flow is exactly the same. Step 1. You enter the FirstEnergy portal. Step 2. Select your payment amount. You can pay the full balance, a past due amount, or just enter a custom figure. Step 3. Choose your payment method from all those options we discussed earlier. But crucially, you really must pay attention to the timing here. If you want your payment processed on the exact same day, you have to confirm the transaction before 8 p.m. Eastern Time on a weekday. If you make a payment after 8 p.m. on a Friday, it literally will not be processed until 8 p.m. the following Monday. So keep that weekend gap in mind so you don't accidentally get hit with late fees.
Finally, we have Section 5, troubleshooting and security. Look, sometimes things go wrong, or you just find yourself in a tight spot, and it's really important to know exactly what steps to take to ensure your account's safety. Here's a critical piece of troubleshooting advice. If your electricity has already been disconnected due to non-payment, and you go online to pay your outstanding balance to get it turned back on, do not just close your browser and wait. Making an online payment alone will not automatically trigger a reconnection. You actually must urgently call the Penelec Customer Care Center at 1-800-545-7741 immediately after you pay. Give the representative your online payment confirmation number so they can verify it on their end and dispatch a team to actually restore your service.
Maintaining security and staying informed is also a huge part of managing your utility accounts safely. FirstEnergy offers a really great suite of alert tools that you can sign up for via text or email. Not only do these provide incredibly useful power outage updates via their 24/7 power center, but they actually act as a fantastic security measure. By having payment reminders sent directly to your phone, you know exactly when your bill is due and exactly when a payment is processed. This makes it so much easier to spot if something looks wrong, or if you ever receive a suspicious text claiming to be from the utility company that doesn't actually match your real account status.
Another really great way to stay secure and informed is simply by following their official channels. FirstEnergy frequently posts updates about current security best practices, known phishing scams operating in your area, and even some clever energy-saving tips on platforms like Facebook and Twitter. You can easily find the specific handles for Penelec or whichever local FirstEnergy branch serves your specific region, like Ohio Edison, for example. It's a completely effortless way to keep legitimate utility news popping up in your daily feed so you can instantly recognize any fake outreach attempts. Just as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a quick professional disclaimer. The utility landscape, digital payment networks, and third-party fee structures are pretty much always evolving. While this analysis is based on the most current and available information regarding Penelec and the ACI SpeedPay system, you really should always verify the exact processes, fee amounts, and terms of service directly on Penelec's official FirstEnergy platform, simply because these things can and do update over time. Which perfectly brings us to our final thought. We've covered the portal options, we've navigated the fees, set up autopay, and locked down your security. So, are you ready to take control of your Penelec bill today? I highly encourage you to open a new tab right now, go register your online account, or get eBill set up and apply these steps immediately. You now have all the knowledge you need to make managing your electricity bill as seamless as flipping a switch. But it really makes you wonder, as these systems just keep getting smarter and smarter, how long till our homes just negotiate and pay for their own energy automatically? Well, until then, you are in full control. Thank you so much for joining me today, and happy organizing.